When we were starting the home buying process, I think one of our biggest fears is just the fact that we hadn't bought a home before. So we didn't really know what the steps were.
Yeah, I think it was just a lot of unknown. We had rented the entire time we were in the military. And I think some of the fear was that we were buying from a different state too. We were in Texas and we were moving to Kansas, and we didn't know the neighborhoods. We didn't know really anything. With Dan, taking on our home buying process really was so helpful because he showed us the neighborhoods, he drove us around, and just told us what we didn't know.
Yeah. I think one of the biggest challenges that I discovered with the use of the VA loan was just what all we were up against, right? We weren't coming in with a big down payment, and I started to see how much of a disadvantage that could kind of put you in, especially when there's not a lot of veterans in the market, and you end up like working with people that just really don't understand the VA loan, and you have to have an advocate to help you through that process. And that's where I really feel like you and Dan helped us tremendously, is you had this solid understanding of what it means, what we're fighting against, and we're really able to tell our story so that we could be stronger buyers when we're facing, regular, large, down payments and stuff like that.
And I think also the pairing us up with a really good a mortgage lender who understood the VA process, made sure we had all the forms filled out and everything. That just made it so easy.
Yeah.
We really didn't have to worry too much about it. What I guess really stands out from the whole home buying process, buying our first home, we looked at probably 6 or 7 homes. We were in town from our military base in Texas, just visiting, doing job interviews.
Our weekend.
Yeah, it was really just a couple days, and we had maybe a morning with Dan to take us around town. And we had looked at 4 or 5 homes, and none of them stood out. And we said, well, let's try one more. And we walked into the home, and we just loved it. And we knew that we wanted to put an offer on that house, like within 5 minutes of walking around. We were on the phone the entire drive back to Texas with Dan, with whoever we needed to put an offer in, and we made it happen. We were signing like DocuSigns as we were driving back to Texas. It was just a whirlwind experience, but Dan was committed to helping us get that house. He made a video testimonial for us. He asked us if it'd be okay. We did that, and we said, sure, whatever helps us get the house, And he put a video out to the seller saying, hey, this couple really loves your home, and they would love for the opportunity to buy it. And I think that, coupled with, the strong team at Group Odell, who worked really fast on it. It was like a Sunday to put an offer in and, pair us up with that mortgage lender so everything lined up. I mean, it was really, honestly, a very smooth process for something as complicated as buying a home. They made it so easy. And just the advocacy from Group Odell, and just the partnership and just the advice. I mean, it was almost like having your parents guide you through, buying a home. Like, I would do this, I wouldn't do this, let's try this, let's say this. And all of that was just put together, and it was like a perfect storm. Like, everything lined up, and we got the house. And it was just, I don't think I could have written a better story for buying our first home.
Yeah. I mean, from the very beginning, from the moment we met Dan, he took the time to figure out who we were as people, what our backgrounds were, and allowed us to get to know him as well. So it became a relationship. It wasn't just a process. It was a relationship, and that relationship has carried on for 7 years now, and which is crazy to think about it being that long. But we just really felt like we were family, and we were going to get taken care of. Like, we knew that whatever came up, whatever obstacles would be there, that you and Dan would be there by our side and support us through it, which is why we've always felt so comfortable handing off like friends and family to you guys when we had other people that were looking for homes.
I've always wanted to own a home. Obviously, that's always the goal in life, is the American dream. You own a home. And being in the military, I always wanted to buy a home, but we'd never be in a place long enough where it made sense. And so we never did it. And it was just like we reached the finish line. We would worked so hard in the military, we got out, and then we bought a home, and we had somewhere to lay roots. And I think that's the most important thing. One of the reasons why we got out of the military was we had a very young family, 3 young boys at the time under the age of 2. And we wanted some place where we can, set roots and give them opportunity to grow up and make friends and not have to move around. So, I mean, we just were very relieved to finally have a place to call home and raise our family in.
Yeah, and I think all parents want to do better, right? You want to do better than your mom and dad did. And I never imagined that we could be in a neighborhood like that, be in a house like that. And you guys really were the catalyst to making that happen. And from day one, again, you guys have made us feel like family. And from any other problems that have come up with the house, um, any recommendations for the city, going out to dinner, like it wasn't just 1 or 2 transactions. It's been a family from the beginning, and it remains that way. And I can't speak highly enough about the whole process. And I really hope that there are other people that get to experience what it's like working with you guys.